Can you feel the sting of injustice slicing through the tranquil Cedarville twilight? À Marcus Jones, à Black Mayor was Tyrell Service Shap the City, face the cruising weight of prejudice over à Basel traffic stop?
Oh, picture his heart sinking, the blare of police lights shattering his hope for a peaceful evening. How could this happen to him? Officer Reynolds, dripping with arrogance, targets Marcus for no reason, his racist assumptions igniting a confrontation that spirals into a wrongful arrest. Will Marcus's dignity prevail, or will this officer's bias tarnish his legacy? Brace yourself, because this gut-wrenching tale of resilience, betrayal, and the fight for truth will seize your soul and leave you yearning for justice. The late May sun dips below Cedarville's horizon, casting a golden glow over quiet streets, where Marcus Jones, a man in his late 40s with a warm smile and steady gaze, taps his fingers rhythmically on the steering wheel of his sleek sedan. After a grueling day at City Hall, packed with relentless meetings and weighty decisions, he craves the solace of home. Can you imagine his longing for peace? His tailored suit is crisp, his tie loosened slightly, a rare moment of ease in a life dedicated to serving Cedarville. As he nears the intersection of Maple and Oak, a sudden flash of blue and red lights pierces the twilight. Oh, the shock. Marcus's heart plummets. He hasn't sped, hasn't broken a single law. Why is this happening? Instinct kicks in, and he pulls over safely, gravel crunching softly under his tires, his eyes flicking to the rearview mirror where a police cruiser looms ominously.
The cruiser S engine à l'ogrol signaling trouble.
Marcus grips the wheel tighter, taking a deep breath to steady his nerves. How does he stay so calm? A burly officer, mid-30s, steps out, his stride purposeful, uniform pressed to perfection, badge glinting like a taunt in the fading light. Marcus rolls down his window, meeting the officer's gaze. "Good evening, officer," he says, voice steady despite the unease curling in his gut. "Evening," the officer Reynolds replies curtly, leaning into the window, his eyes cold.
Do you know why he pulled you over?
Marcus furrows his brow, confusion clouding his tired face.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Reynolds' eyes narrow, his tone sharp, dismissive. "Well, I'm going to need to see your license and registration." Marcus hands over the documents, his hand steady but his heart racing. Why this scrutiny? "Is there a specific reason you stopped me?" he asks, striving to keep his composure. Reynolds snatches the papers, scrutinizing them with a sneer. "I noticed you were driving a bit too close to the center line. I'm just making sure everything's in order."
Marcus glanced at the deserted street, empty, silent.
"I don't recall crossing the center line. I've driven this route for years without incident," he says, voice calm but edged with unease. Reynolds doesn't respond, tapping the documents against his palm, his steely gaze boring into Marcus. "Where are you headed?" he demands. "Home," Marcus replies, exhaustion seeping through. "It's been a long day. I just want to get back." Reynolds' demeanor hardens, his voice dripping with suspicion. "You seem a bit too relaxed for someone driving so close to the center line." Marcus raises an eyebrow. "Too relaxed? I'm just trying to comply with your request." "I'm not sure why this is becoming such an issue," he says, confusion deepening.
Then, the audacity. Reynolds' tone turned accusatory.
"Well, let's see if there's anything else we should be concerned about."
Step out of the vehicle.
Marcus's heart pounds. Why this escalation? Is that really necessary? "I haven't broken any laws," he protests, voice steady but laced with alarm.
Reynolds, expression is granite.
"It's standard procedure."
Just step out.
Reluctantly, Marcus unbuckles his seatbelt, stepping onto the curb, the evening chill biting through his suit. Reynolds dives into the car, searching with methodical hostility, his movements heavy with intent. Can you feel Marcus's frustration? "I assure you, there's nothing illegal in the car," Marcus says, watching from the roadside, apprehension tightening his chest. Reynolds mutters, "We'll see about that," rummaging through glove compartments and seats, ignoring Marcus's words. Minutes drag on, each second fueling Marcus's unease. Passers-by cast curious glances, their faces shifting to concern. Do they sense the injustice? Finally, Reynolds straightens, a smirk twisting his lips. "Well, everything seems in order, but I still don't like the way you're handling this." Marcus fights to stay calm. Handling what?
You don't understand what is happening here.
"Can I please go now?" he asks, voice strained. Reynolds ignores him, his eyes cold.
You're not going anywhere until I'm satisfied. I'm going to run a check on your record. Marcus S. Tomasz Knot. Record?
I'm not sure why this is happening. I haven't done anything wrong, he insists, but Reynolds' gaze is unyielding. Just sit tight. I'll be back with your results. Reynolds retreats to his cruiser, leaving Marcus on the roadside, mind racing, heart heavy. How did a routine drive turn so sour? He glances at his watch, the time slipping away, his peaceful evening stolen. The night settles around Cedarville, its quiet streets a cruel contrast to the tension gripping him. Can you feel his growing dread? Reynolds returns, clipboard in hand, his frown tight, eyes piercing with unsettling intensity. All right, he says, flipping papers, I'm going to need to check your trunk.
Marcus S. Patience frais, E9.
I've already told you there's nothing illegal in the car. This feels excessive, he snaps, voice rising.
Reynolds, eyes narrow.
It's standard procedure. Now open the trunk. Reluctantly, Marcus unlocks the trunk, revealing groceries and a gym bag, ordinary, harmless. Reynolds peers in, his suspicion palpable, tone dripping condescension. Anything else in here I should know about? Marcus sighs, exasperated. No, just groceries and personal items.
Can you please go home now?
Reynolds lingers, inspecting with smug superiority, as if daring something to appear. Why this relentless harassment?
Marcus S. Frustration boile.
Look, this has gone on long enough. I don't see why I'm being treated like this. I've been cooperative and polite. Reynolds slams the trunk, turning with a sneer. Well, now that we're done with the car, I need to verify your information. Marcus's eyes widen. Verify what? What exactly are you looking for? He demands, dread tightening his chest. Reynolds ignores him, typing furiously on his phone, the air crackling with tension. Minutes pass, each one heavier, until Reynolds looks up, expression unreadable. I'm going to issue you a citation.
Marcus's voice rises, incrédule. A citation for what?
I haven't broken any laws.
Reynolds, Tony scold.
Your record check came back with some discrepancies.
Juste à précaution.
Marcus fights for calm. Discrepancies? I've given you all the correct information. I don't understand why this is happening, he protests, but Reynolds starts filling out the citation, deliberately slow, dragging out the torment.
Finally, Reynolds en ouvert the citation, de Méanor Stern.
You need to sign this. Marcus scans the legal jargon, anger surging. How unjust. I don't agree with this, but fine, I'll sign it, he says, pen scratching bitterly. Reynolds remains unyielding. You'll receive a court date in the mail. Until then, you're free to go. Marcus takes a deep breath, struggling to quell his fury. Thank you. I hope this issue can be resolved quickly, he says, voice tight. Reynolds turns away, retreating to his cruiser without a word. Marcus watches, a heavy weight of injustice settling over him. Can you feel his outrage? Climbing into his car, the evening's chill seeps into his bones, the citation in his hands a burning symbol of betrayal. He drives off, streetlights flickering, casting shadows that dance across his windshield, his mind a storm of anger and resignation. The peaceful evening he craved is gone, replaced by a confrontation that shakes his trust in the system he's served. The drive to Cedarville's police precinct feels endless, each mile fueling his frustration. Handcuffed, he's led by Reynolds into the precinct, the harsh fluorescent glow and clamor of phones, voices, and keyboards a jarring shift from the quiet streets. How did it come to this? Marcus's heart pounds as Reynolds escorts him past the reception desk to the booking area, the officer's stern expression unyielding. Why am I being treated like this? Marcus asks, voice strained with disbelief. Reynolds ignores him, directing him to a metal bench near the booking counter. Marcus sits, wrists aching behind his back, glancing at the bustling officers and clerks, their curious stares and frowns piercing. Do they see his innocence? A female officer approaches, her face professional. What's the charge? She asks. Reynolds glances at Marcus, dismissive. Suspicion of illegal activity. We're just processing him for now. Her eyebrows furrow. Suspicion? Illegal activity for what? She presses. Discrepancies on his record, Reynolds says, tone cold. The booking officer's eyes soften with sympathy as she looks at Marcus. Name. Marcus Jones, he replies, Voice firm despite the strain. I'm the mayor of Cedarville.
She pose. Surprise flickering. Mayor? You're the mayor. Marcus no. Frustration spilling.
Yes. I don't see how that changes anything, but I need to know why I'm being detained. Her gaze shifts to Reynolds, concern evident. Why wasn't this verified before bringing him in?
Reynolds ardent.
It was a routine stop. We had to follow procedure. The booking officer sighs, discomfort clear. Procedure? I'll need to confirm his identity and get this sorted out, she says, stepping away. Reynolds makes a call, leaving Marcus in the tense, noisy precinct, murmurs and clattering paperwork amplifying his frustration. How long must he endure this? After agonizing minutes, she returns, papers in hand. I've confirmed your identity, Mr. Jones. I'm afraid Officer Reynolds' actions were not appropriate. Marcus's eyes narrow. Finally, truth. So what happens now? She sighs. We'll release you, and I'll report this. As she removes the handcuffs, Marcus rubs his stinging wrists, anger and disbelief surging. How could this happen to Cedarville's mayor? Reynolds returns, defiance and irritation etched on his face.
You're free to go.
You'll receive a citation in the mail, he says coldly.
Marcus tac à deep brise, furie baroli contened.
I want to understand why this happened. This was an abuse of power. Reynolds' gaze is icy. Take it up with the department. Marcus turns, striding toward the exit, each step heavy with frustration. Will justice ever come? Can you feel the searing weight of betrayal burning in Marcus Jones's chest, as he, Cedarville's black mayor, stands in the stark fluorescent glare of a police precinct, unjustly detained by Officer Reynolds' blatant prejudice? Oh, picture his heart pounding, the sting of handcuffs a cruel reminder of a system that failed him. How could this happen to a man who's dedicated his life to justice? The night air beckons freedom, but the fight for reform is just beginning. Will Marcus's resolve shatter the chains of systemic bias, or will the road ahead crumble under resistance? Brace yourself, because the soul-stirring saga of outrage, hope, and relentless determination will grip you, urging you to cheer for a hero who's rewriting Cedarville's future. Marcus Jones takes a deep breath, his chest tight with fury, struggling to quell the storm within as he faces Officer Reynolds in the Cedarville precinct's cold booking area. Can you feel his restraint? I want to understand why this happened, he demands, voice steady despite the injustice searing his soul. This was an abuse of power. Reynolds' gaze is icy, unyielding, his dismissive sneer cutting deep. You'll have to take that up with the department, he snaps, turning away. Marcus spins on his heel, each step toward the exit heavy with frustration, his tailored suit creased from the ordeal. How dare they treat him like a criminal? As he leaves, the precinct's murmur of conversations and clatter of keyboards fades, but the buzz of injustice lingers, a relentless hum in his ears. The May night air hits him cool and crisp, a stark contrast to the heated rage coursing through his veins. Oh, the relief of freedom, yet the sting of betrayal. Climbing into his sedan, Marcus's mind races, thoughts swirling like Cedarville streetlights blurring past his windshield. The peaceful evening he craved, dinner with his family, a moment to breathe after City Hall's chaos, has been shattered by Reynolds' baseless stop, a racist affront that's more than a traffic violation. Can you sense his growing resolve? This isn't just a personal slight, it's a glaring symptom of deeper rot in the system he's sworn to uphold. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing burns clear: this fight is far from over. The Cedarville Police Precinct looms, its imposing silhouette stark against the early evening sky, a fortress of authority buzzing with relentless activity. Inside, Marcus sits in a small windowless room, the fluorescent lights casting a harsh, sterile glow over plain walls and a worn wooden table. How oppressive it feels. The door creaks open, and Detective Mitchell, a tall man in his early 50s with graying hair and a grave demeanor, enters, nodding at Marcus with a mix of concern and curiosity. Can you see the flicker of hope in Marcus's eyes? Mr. Jones, Mitchell begins, voice steady but warm with empathy. I understand there's been a mix-up. I'm here to get to the bottom of this. Marcus looks up, frustration etched deep in his face. Mix-up? It wasn't just a mix-up, he says, voice rising, raw with indignation. I was stopped, searched, and detained without cause. Officer Reynolds didn't give me a straight answer about anything. Mitchell nods, his acknowledgement a lifeline in this sterile cage. We've been reviewing reports, talking to witnesses. This is more than a procedural error. There are serious issues here. Oh, the weight of those words. Could justice finally stir? But the door swings open again, and Reynolds strides in, his face a mask of defiance, avoiding Marcus's gaze as he sits beside Mitchell. How dare he show his face?
The room craque Louis tension. Reynolds, présence à dark cloud.
Mitchell's expression shifts, stern now, his eyes boring into the officer. Officer Reynolds, could you explain your actions? He demands. Reynolds shifts, discomfort flickering, but his voice is cold. I pulled Mr. Jones over because he was driving too close to the center line. I followed standard procedure, searched, checked records.
Marcus Cutine, voice sharp. Standard procédure?
I was compliant, polite. There was no reason to escalate like that. He snaps, outrage boiling. Can you feel his righteous anger? Mitchell's gaze darts between them, steady, probing. You understand, Officer Reynolds, this isn't just about the stop. There are allegations of racial bias, misconduct. We need to know why you acted this way.
Reynolds, face ardent, unrepentant.
I did what I thought was necessary to ensure no illegal activity. If my methods are an issue, the department can handle it. Mitchell's voice is steel. We're handling it now. Mr. Jones's identity was verified. His treatment was unwarranted. Why proceed with an arrest without justification?
Reynolds remain résolute, défiant.
I was doing my job. If Mr. Jones had nothing to hide, he wouldn't be upset. Marcus's frustration erupts. How dare he twist this? I was upset because I was treated unfairly, he thunders. This isn't just about me, it's about how you treat everyone.
Mitchell Rezaand, calming the storm.
Officer Reynolds, you're suspended pending investigation. We'll review your actions and decide on discipline. Reynolds rises, anger flashing. Suspended? This is ridiculous. I was following rules, he spits. Mitchell's tone is unyielding. Rules protect everyone, not enable bias. We'll fully review your actions tonight. As Reynolds storms out, Marcus looks to Mitchell, a glimmer of hope piercing his weariness. What now? Mitchell softens, empathy in his eyes. We'll conduct a thorough investigation. Your experience will help address our shortcomings. Ensure this doesn't happen again.
Marcus no, relief mingling with exhaustion. Réal change?
I appreciate that. I hope this leads to reform, he says, voice heavy. Mitchell stands, extending a hand. We'll make sure it does. Thank you for your patience, cooperation. Marcus shakes it, the evening's weight lifting slightly. Can justice take root? Leaving the precinct, the cooler night air contrasts the tense heat inside, clarity dawning on the issues he must tackle. Driving home, Marcus's thoughts whirl, emotions a tempest, anger, betrayal, but also resolve. The night's ordeal exposed systemic flaws, yet it lit a path forward. Can he seize it? Cedarville's lights blur past, a reminder of the work awaiting him, the hope for a just future. The next morning, May's warmth bathes Cedarville, a stark contrast to Marcus's turmoil. The town hall's red brick facade glows, its large windows catching the light, but inside, urgency pulses amidst administrative bustle. Marcus arrives, determination etched on his face, the weight of injustice heavy. Will he falter? No. His resolve to confront these wrongs fuels him. Carla, his assistant, greets him, her warm demeanor a balm. Good morning, Mr. Jones, she says, handing over papers.
Full agenda today. How are you holding up?
Marcus glances at them, meeting her eyes.
Morning, Carla.
I'm managing.
Let's dive in. I want to tackle last night et donc. Carla no, concern évident.
I've set a meeting with the police chief and council members. They're waiting. Marcus strides to his office, its light-filled space usually a refuge, but today, it's a battleground for justice. In the conference room, Chief Anderson and council members await, the large table a stage for change.
Marcus chaque Anderson et Sand, voice firme. Good morning, chief.
Thanks for meeting on short notice.
Anderson no, calme yet autoritative. Good morning, Mayor.
We're here to discuss last night and move forward. Marcus sits at the table's head, posture resolute. Last night was deeply troubling. Reynolds' actions weren't just unwarranted, they point to a larger problem in our force. Can you feel his urgency? Council Member Davis, straightforward, speaks up. We've seen the reports. This isn't one officer's misconduct, it's systemic. Marcus agrees. Systemic. Exactly. We need a comprehensive approach, review procedures, ensure training, rebuild trust with our community. Anderson leans in, serious. We're committed to fixing this. We've started a review, but need your support for lasting change. Marcus meets each council member's gaze. What changes?
Anderson tac à Brice.
First, we must hold officers accountable, revise disciplinary procedures, ensure transparency. We need training to tackle bias, improve community ties. Council Member Garcia, a social justice advocate, adds, a civilian oversight board. It'd give the community a voice, ensure accountability.
Marcus No. Brillant.
A civilian oversight board could be a game changer, restoring trust. Anderson agrees. It must be structured for effectiveness, with clear powers. Davis looks to Marcus. How to proceed?
Marcus pose, sautes sharp.
We'll draft a proposal for these reforms and hold public forums. Sedville's people must shape this.
Anderson No.
Engaging the community is vital for effective, supported change. The discussion dives into details, oversight board specifics, training scope, accountability mechanisms, debates flare, but purpose unites them. As it ends, Marcus feels hope, challenging, yes, but the commitment from Anderson and the council is a vital step. With community support, reform can rebuild trust, ensure justice. Can Cedarville rise to this? Can you feel the fierce pulse of hope igniting in Cedarville's heart, where Marcus Jones, a black mayor whose spirit burns with justice, strides through the aftermath of a racist ordeal to spark a revolution of reform? Oh, picture his resolve, unyielding despite the sting of betrayal from Officer Reynolds' wrongful arrest. How does he carry such weight? The town hall buzzes with anticipation, its auditorium packed with voices demanding change, and Marcus stands ready to lead. Will his vision unite a fractured community, or will the shadows of bias dim this dawn of progress? Hold tight, because this soul-stirring saga of determination, unity, and relentless pursuit of fairness will seize your heart and leave you cheering for a hero reshaping Cedarville's future. Marcus Jones steps from the Cedarville Town Hall's conference room, the weight of last night's injustice, a baseless stop, a humiliating detention, still pressing on his soul, yet tempered by a radiant sense of progress. Can you feel the shift in his stride? For the first time, a tangible path to reform emerges, a collaborative fire kindled with Chief Anderson and the council. Oh, what a spark! As he moves through the sunlit hallways, early May morning light bathes his face, a golden reminder of new beginnings, of the chance to heal a wounded community. The journey ahead looms, demanding and steep, but Marcus's heart blazes with determination. Cedarville deserves justice, and he'll see it through. The town hall's main auditorium pulses with electric energy as Marcus arrives for the public forum, a sea of concerned citizens, activists, and leaders packing the vast space, their voices a chorus of hope and skepticism. Can you hear their urgency? He weaves through the crowd, tension and anticipation crackling, his tailored suit a quiet armor as he heads to the stage. The auditorium's high ceilings and rows of chairs face a makeshift platform, where Chief Anderson, a civilian oversight board representative, and council members await. Marcus takes a deep breath, oh the weight of this moment, and steps to the podium, gazing at the diverse faces before him. The room hushes, his voice ringing with authority and empathy.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you for being here. I know you're shaken by the recent police incident and the trust it's broken. Can you feel that wound? We're taking it seriously, committed to change. A murmur of approval ripples through, hope stirs.
Marcus presse son, voice resolute.
Tonight, we're here to discuss reforms, hear your ideas. Transparency, inclusion, your voices are vital. Chief Anderson steps forward, his presence commanding. Can he bridge the divide? We've outlined key reforms, stronger disciplinary procedures, enhanced officer training, a civilian oversight board. Our goal? To ensure such injustices are addressed, to rebuild trust between police and community. The crowd's faces, curious, hopeful, wary, reflect Cedarville's heartbeat, yearning for change. The floor opens and citizens rise, their voices a vibrant tapestry of pain and aspiration. How powerful is their collective will? Lisa, a young activist with fire in her eyes, grips the microphone. I've seen bias devastate our community. The oversight board must have real power, not just symbolism. Can we make it hold officers accountable? Marcus nods, her passion fueling his resolve.
Thank you, Lisa.
We're ensuring the board has meaningful authority, defining its powers to drive impact. Tom, a middle-aged lifelong resident, speaks next, his voice steady. I've lived here decades. This is the first police community unity I've seen. It's a step forward, but will reforms truly tackle root causes? Marcus meets his gaze. Implementation is everything. I appreciate your perspective, Tom. We're committed to diligent follow-through, addressing those roots with accountability. The evening unfolds, voices ranging from support to critique, raw and passionate. Can you feel the depth of their investment? Each speaker unveils Cedarville's wounds, yet also its hope for healing. Marcus is struck by recurring calls, transparency, accountability, community engagement, a clarion demand for justice. The public's fervor is a blazing reminder of their shared dream. Oh, how it moves him. As the forum nears its end, Reverend Johnson, a local pastor, rises, his calm tone a soothing balm. We all crave a safer, juster Cedarville. Unity and patience are key. True change takes time. Can we support each other to make this town shine? Marcus's heart surges, hope, pure and powerful. Johnson's words light a fire, the evening's intensity tempered by the community's unwavering commitment. As the forum concludes, Marcus steps down, relief and determination intertwining. How resilient is this town? The night has been a testament to Cedarville's strength, its dedication to justice.
Leaving the auditorium, Marcus glance back, the room humming with post-forum chatter. Can you hear the groundwork being laid?
These discussions are the bedrock for trust, accountability. Oh, the promise they hold. The cool May night air wraps around him as he steps outside, a renewed sense of purpose flooding his soul, a deeper bond with the community he serves. Will he falter? Never. The sun barely crests Cedarville's horizon as Marcus strides through the town hall, its red brick glowing in the dawn, the morning routine charged with urgency. Last night's forum set a clear path. Can he seize it? The office buzzes, and Carla, his steadfast assistant, greets him, her warmth a beacon. Good morning, Mr. Jones, she says, handing over documents, her tone bright despite the early hour. Updates on reform initiatives, police reports, ready to dive in? Marcus nods, settling at his desk. Let's do this.
Morning, Carla. Let's review everything. I want to hit the ground running.
She hands him a folder, drafts of the Civilian Oversight Board and training schedules inside, comprehensive plans addressing the forum's cries. How thorough. Here's the Oversight Board proposal, training timeline, and police feedback, Carla says, tapping her computer. Marcus flips through, noting the detail. Oh, the potential. Let's start with the police feedback. I need their perspective, he says, scanning pages. Carla nods. Chief Anderson's team raised concerns about the training timeline, logistics, resource shortages, tight schedules. Marcus reviews carefully, valid points, but momentum can't stall. I see their concerns, he says, setting papers aside. We'll address them, but not at reform's expense. Schedule a meeting with Anderson, training coordinators. Let's iron this out.
Carla jot note. Action.
I'll set it for this morning and draft a response to the police, she says. With a plan set, Marcus preps for Anderson, reviewing reform points, crafting responses. Can he balance urgency with practicality? Walking through the town hall's corridors, anticipation and resolve surge.
Oh, the stakes.
The meeting room's large table awaits, Anderson already there, reviewing documents. He nods as Marcus enters. Collaboration begins.
Good morning, Chief.
Marcus says, sitting across. Thanks for meeting. I want to tackle your feedback, push reforms forward.
Anderson no. Good morning, Mayor.
We're committed, but there are practical issues. Marcus leans in. What issues? Let's start with training concerns. What's the timeline problem? Anderson checks notes. Resource availability, trainers, the schedule's ambitious. We worry about quality if rushed. Marcus considers. Balance is key. We need urgency but practicality. Can we tweak the timeline, prioritize key training areas? Maybe external trainers for resources.
Anderson soften. Progress.
That could work. Training must be comprehensive, covering all reforms. Marcus agrees. Thoroughness is non-negotiable. Let's revise the schedule. Keep it effective. The discussion dives deep, tackling training logistics, oversight board details, constructive, solution-focused. Can they align vision with reality? By the end, they've set a revised timeline, resource plan. Anderson's receptive. Marcus feels the momentum. "Thanks, Chief," he says, shaking hands. "We're on track. Let's keep communicating." Anderson nods, committed. Oh, the promise of change. Can you feel the fiery pulse of hope surging through Cedarville, where Marcus Jones, a black mayor whose heart beats for justice, stands at the forefront of a revolution to heal a community scarred by prejudice? Oh, picture his unwavering resolve, the sting of Officer Reynolds' racist arrest still fresh, yet his spirit soars as he forges a path to reform with Chief Anderson and United Town. The police training facility hums with change, the town hall thrums with voices demanding accountability. Will this collective dream reshape Cedarville's soul, or will old biases cast long shadows? Hold tight, because this soul-stirring saga of determination, unity, and relentless pursuit of fairness will seize your heart, leaving you cheering for a hero who's rewriting a city's future. Marcus Jones strides from the Cedarville Town Hall's conference room, his tailored suit a quiet armor, the weight of last night's injustice. A baseless stop, a humiliating detention, still heavy, yet now softened by a radiant glow of progress. Can you sense the spark in his step? The meeting with Chief Anderson has birthed a revised timeline, a plan to tackle resource concerns. Oh, what a breakthrough. "Thank you for your cooperation, Chief," Marcus says, voice warm with conviction as they shake hands. "We're on the right track.
Let's keep communication open."
Anderson nods, his once guarded demeanor now receptive. "I appreciate your understanding, Mayor. We're all in, reforms will work, and we'll support the process." Marcus leaves, renewed determination flooding his soul. Challenges loom, but this collaboration is a beacon of hope. Walking back to his office, the town hall's bustling energy, staff hurrying, phones ringing, reminds him of Cedarville's vibrant spirit, its unwavering support fueling his fight. At his desk, Marcus spreads out updated documents, reform proposals, action items, a roadmap to accountability and trust. The journey's far from over. Can he bear its weight? Yet each step pulls Cedarville closer to a just future, and his resolve burns fierce. For the community, he'll see it through. The Cedarville Police Department's training facility buzzes with electric anticipation on a crisp August morning, sunlight streaming through windows, casting a golden glow over classrooms and exercise areas built for law enforcement's evolution. Marcus arrives, Carla and staff at his side, heart pounding with eagerness. Today marks the launch of a transformative training program born from his ordeal. Oh, the significance of this day. Inside the main training room, rows of chairs face a presentation screen, officers chatting quietly, curiosity thick in the air. Can they embrace this change? Chief Anderson, at the front, nods warmly.
"Good morning, Mayor."
"We're ready. Thanks for joining us." Marcus smiles, excitement and nerves intertwining. Will this training meet Cedarville's hopes?
"Good morning, Chief."
"I'm thrilled to see these programs in action."
Anderson outlines the agenda, voice steady.
Today's training dives into bias awareness, community engagement, revised disciplinary procedures. Guest instructors will cover these comprehensively. Oh, what a bold step. Dr. Elena Martinez, a bias training expert, opens with a riveting presentation, her voice slicing through the room. Unconscious bias in policing, its impact, strategies to counter it. Officers lean in, some thoughtful, others skeptical. Can they unlearn old ways?
Marcus watch, attracing. Will this spark reflection?
A refreshment break follows, and Marcus engages officers, seeking their pulse. Officer Collins, a gruff veteran, speaks frankly. "New perspectives are good. We've done things one way forever, it's an adjustment."
Marcus no, open, à start. Your candor est vital, Collins.
These reforms aim to improve, rebuild trust. Your feedback shapes that. Oh, the promise in these exchanges. Maya Johnson, a local activist, leads the next session, her insights on community engagement electrifying. Empathy, communication, connection. Role-playing exercises see officers practicing scenarios, asking questions, their engagement a vibrant shift. Can you feel the room's energy lift? Marcus notes the change, hopeful, resonant. The final session, led by legal expert Thomas Reed, details revised disciplinary procedures, complaint handling, accountability, consequences. Officers absorb examples, the weight of oversight clear. Will they rise to this standard? By day's end, Marcus feels cautious optimism, intense, thought-provoking, sparking vital discussions. He approaches Anderson. How did it land? Chief, what's your take on today? Anderson's thoughtful.
Productive.
It's a lot to digest, but well received. Follow-up training support will integrate these daily. Marcus agrees. Momentum must hold. Glad to hear it. Let's keep supporting officers through this shift. Officers file out, and Marcus reflects. Significant, but just a start. Reform demands sustained effort, training, community ties, oversight. Can Cedarville stay committed? Outside, the crisp August air refreshes Marcus's skin. The day's events proving change is tough but possible. Oh, the necessity of it. Driving from the facility, determination surges. The road's long, obstacles many, but today's progress is a cornerstone for Cedarville's future. Marcus vows to see it through, ensuring a police force accountable, community-focused. Will he falter? Never. Days later, anticipation and cautious optimism ripple through Cedarville, the community watching reforms unfold, their voices from the forum fueling Marcus's resolve. He prepares for another town hall, the weight of responsibility heavy. Can he deliver the progress they crave? The town hall fills with residents, hope and skepticism in their eyes, the large room's chairs facing a stage where Marcus, Anderson, and council members stand ready. Can you feel the urgency? Marcus steps to the podium, scanning familiar and new faces, their anticipation a quiet storm. His voice carries their expectations.
Good evening, Cedarville.
Thank you for being here. We're updating you on reforms, eager for your thoughts. Your role is crucial. Anderson joins him, detailing progress. Past weeks brought new training, bias awareness, community engagement, updated procedures. We're committed to meaningful change.
The room listens, attentive. Serious. Will this word hold weight?
Public comments open, and Lisa, the activist, speaks first, tone firm. Efforts are appreciated, but we need results. Are there metrics to track reform success?
Marcus, no. Transparency.
Yes, Lisa. We're setting clear metrics, releasing reports to keep you informed.
Tom, à Lifflon résident, Rizis.
Changes are good, but how will community feedback shape reforms ongoing?
Marcus répond, engagement.
We'll keep open communication, regular meetings, updates.
Your input drive this. Jordan, à Youngman, voices concern.
Some changes are positive, but officers sometimes lack respect. How are you fixing this? Anderson answers, trust takes time. Our training targets this. We're refining approaches, welcoming dialogue. Comments flow, praise, concerns, ideas, raw, diverse, reflecting Cedarville's heart. Progress is clear, but work remains. Can they bridge the gap? Reverend Johnson, calm and hopeful, speaks. We want a just Cedarville. Unity, focus, change is a process.
Can we stay together?
Marcus's heart lifts, hope. Thank you, Reverend. Commitment, support, let's keep moving forward.
The meeting ends, Marcus and Anderson reflecting. Community investment sheen.
Feedback highlights progress, areas to grow, oh, the power of their voices. Leaving the town hall, Marcus feels satisfaction, resolve, their response, thoughtful, constructive, fuels transparency, engagement. The cool May night air wraps him. Cedarville's quiet streets calm after a vibrant evening. Can this unity endure? With community support, Marcus is certain, Cedarville will build a just future. Driving through town, purpose surges. The journey's ongoing, but each step, guided by justice community, brings a better Cedarville closer. Will they triumph? Absolutely. Oh, how Marcus Jones's journey in Cedarville tugs at the heart, a powerful testament to courage that leaves me both moved and inspired. As a black mayor facing the sting of racial bias in a wrongful arrest, Marcus's pain cuts deep. Can you feel the injustice searing through his ordeal? Yet, his unyielding resolve to transform Cedarville's police force with reforms, from bias training to a civilian oversight board, is nothing short of heroic. The raw emotion of his fight, fueled by betrayal yet lifted by hope, resonates profoundly. How does one man carry such a burden? I'm struck by the community's vibrant pulse, Their voices at the town hall, Lisa's fire, Tom's wisdom, Reverend Johnson's call for unity, each a thread in a tapestry of collective yearning for justice. Doesn't it stir your soul to see Cedarville rally, skeptical yet hopeful, demanding accountability? Marcus's leadership, steady yet passionate, is a beacon, guiding them through tension toward a brighter future. Oh, what a legacy he's forging. The training sessions, alive with officers grappling with new perspectives, spark cautious optimism. Can these seeds of change take root? This story's value lies in its raw truth. It's a mirror to systemic flaws and a clarion call for reform, not just in Cedarville but everywhere bias festers. Marcus's determination, the community's engagement, it's a reminder that change, though grueling, is possible when hearts unite. I believe this saga is a rallying cry. Don't we all crave a world where fairness prevails? It fuels my hope, urging us to confront injustice, amplify marginalized voices, and build systems that honor dignity. Marcus's fight is ours, a poignant emotional journey that leaves me committed to justice. Let's carry this torch forward.